Welcome to BunniPhish Crafts. I'm your host Heather, known as BunniPhish on Instagram, YouTube, and Patreon. Today is Monday the 11th of April. Oh my gosh, it's already the 11th? Sorry, my boyfriend's birthday is just over a week away and okay, I'm gonna let it go. Okay, I'll worry about it later. Anyway, it's April 11th. How are you? It's also episode 15, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is episode 15. So that is exciting. How are you? How was your week? What are you working on today? Let me know down below. I am honestly so tired and so burnt out because I haven't had a rest day in about 2 weeks, because last week we went on vacation and it was the kind of vacation where you're doing stuff every single day. And I did have like an hour and a half to myself one morning, but that's it. So I'm exhausted. But this Friday is Good Friday, so we don't have school, which means I don't work. So I'm planning on, I haven't solidified my plans. I'm either going to sequester myself in my bedroom and kick my boyfriend out and sleep and read and knit all day, or I'm going to take myself to the library and sit by the fireplace. I haven't decided, but I do have to get new tires and I'm probably going to have that done on Friday. Patrick might do that though. That's my boyfriend, for those of you who are new. If you're new, I have a boyfriend who lives with me. We've lived together for a very long time. He's basically my husband. I have 2 kids of my own, plus my sister and her 2 kids live with us. And I have my core nuclear family, and I have a dog and a cat, and they have a dog and a cat. So this is not my house. This is a yarn shop. I teach class on Monday evenings, and I like to record on Mondays here because it's quiet versus my house, which is so rarely quiet. Normally I try to take snippets throughout the week and stuff. So I'm gonna try this week. The last couple weeks haven't been super great about that, but I really like just checking in with you when I have stuff to talk about. So, you know, sometimes that's a clip here and there, and sometimes I just don't. Anyway, we were on vacation last week, which means I got a lot of vacation. I got an okay amount of vacation knitting done. So one thing that I worked on is this hat for my boyfriend's brother, who I met in person for the first time on Friday. So that was lovely. My boyfriend picked out this yarn, which is, you know, I keep saying that I'm gonna pull out the tag and show you. I'm just gonna pull out the tag and show you. It's fine. I'll put it in the bottom of my bag and it will be fine. So it's Deep Stash. I've had this for probably 6 years, close to, if it's not 6 years. It's Madeline Tosh yarns, Tosh Merino Light, in the colorway Log Cabin Brown. So my boyfriend picked this out for his brother for a hat, and I decided to make a Sockhead hat because I don't know why I did this to myself, because I don't love making the Sockhead hat, although I do really, really, really like the way it looks. I like the way it wears, things like that. So I did 4 inches of ribbing, and I'm going to do 8 inches of stockinette and then the decreases. I think that's to pattern, like the free pattern version. I think that's what the measurements are. Those are the measurements I'm using. So I'm about halfway, a little more than halfway done with the body of the hat. That's exciting. So maybe I'll finish it this week, maybe not, because it's boring. I do not love stockinette forever. I have another project that I didn't bring with me, but it's not too exciting yet. I made a sock last week using Fiber Nymph Dye Works Inversibles in a light gray and a dark gray stripe. I don't remember what it was called, but I got it on discount because the dye broke, which I think is a really cool look. So I finished the first one last week and I showed it on last week's episode. And then I started the second one since I recorded the main talky part. But I haven't shown it yet, but I'll put in a picture here. I'm through the cuff and maybe 2 rounds into the body. The pattern is called Zipper. I don't remember who it's by, but I'll put it right here. And it's an interesting-ish pattern. It's simple, but it's got a lot of twisted stitches, so it's not something that I can just knit without looking. I can do a lot of things without looking, including Kitchener stitch, because my students challenged me to try to do Kitchener without looking, and I can, but I can't knit twisted stitches with 100% accuracy without looking. So that might take a little bit of time to work on. The other thing that I worked on a bunch since last I talked to you, since I recorded the big clip, not the closing clip at the end, is this sweater that I'm making. And it is called, what are you called? Oh, you're gonna make me go all the way to the front page. Yes, it's gonna make me go all the way to the front page. Called Dovetail. I'm modifying it in certain ways. For my gauge, I'm knitting the second size for stitches, but I'm knitting the third size for lengths. Excuse me. However, I tried this on yesterday. I put half of the stitches on another needle and I tried it on before I started really knitting this blue section, and I think I'm gonna split for the sleeves slightly earlier than it says to in the pattern. I'm thinking about it. I don't know. I mean, maybe. I haven't decided. I still have a round. Yeah, I have to finish this round before I make a decision. So I haven't decided. So I'm either going to split after this round or I'm going to split after the next 3 rounds after that. So things that this sweater has gone through. This blue color does not want to play nice with the other colors. So first I tried to go from this green to the blue and they were too close. And then I put this purple in and I tried to go from this purple to this blue, but they were too close. I'll put in a picture right here and you can just see there's not enough contrast. So I pulled out that blue, put in the teal that I had used at the top, and then put in the pinkish color, and now I'm putting in the blue. And I think that that has good contrast. So I'm glad that I ripped out like I think it was 6 rounds total that I had to rip back to make both of these changes, which is annoying, but you know, I'd rather have the sweater be something that I would wear, although if I'm being completely honest, like these are not colors I would normally gravitate toward for a sweater, so it's kind of stepping out of my comfort zone, but that's okay. What was I gonna say about this sweater? I don't know, but it's finally going and I'm about to slip for the sleeves. split for the sleeves, and I don't think there's any shaping to it. I'm going to add shaping if there's not, because my hips are much bigger than my waist, so I don't want it to be super tight over my hips. If I make it that long, I don't know. We'll see how far I get, because I only have I have one full skein of this teal, like that's what I started with, so now I have a partial skein of the teal, and then I have 2 skeins of this purple, and that's what I have for the sweater. So we're gonna see. I don't know how long the sleeves are gonna be. I don't know how long the sweater is gonna be. So sleeves instructions. Yeah, there's no shaping in the body. So I'm going to add some shaping right along the sides right here to give myself some hip room, because I prefer my sweaters longer. I don't really like cropped shirts at all on me. So those are my plans for this sweater, but we will see. Also, not that you care, but I'm gonna tell you anyway. So this, for different sizes, the amount of color that you knit straight is different numbers for different sizes, and I'm knitting the 3rd size for the number of rows in between for all of the stripes except this blue one. This blue one is going to be one short, because this is what I had left of the purple, and I just did an increase round. So I know that I would have run out if I had tried to do another full round of color before going into the color work. So yeah, that's the, what is this called? The Dovetail Sweater? Yes, that's the Dovetail Sweater. I'm still reading Blackout. I think I'm on page 60 something. It's not a very long book, but I left it at school, which means that I'm going to start something new tonight. I have decided that I am going to DNF the Harlem Renaissance book. Yeah, I just have so much that I want to read that why would I force myself to read something that is bringing me like no joy and really feels kind of like agony to read. Like I have to force myself to read it. I don't want to do that. So I'm going to return it, which is fine. I don't have to read every book that I pick up. This is really hard for me to let it go, but I'm going to let it go. So I'm going to pick up something else off of my bookshelf tonight, and I don't know what it is. I do have a really long fiction book that's due back soon, so I might pick that up, or I have a bunch of short nonfiction books that I might pick up. So I don't know yet. You'll know shortly. In a matter of minutes, you'll know what I'm reading. So, and I won't know for some hours. Oh, time is magic. All right, friends, I will talk to you again soon. Friends, look what came in the mail today. This is so exciting. I wasn't 100% sure what it was, although I was pretty sure, because Kalisha of Quirky Monday and I were going to meet up because she lives in Florida and I was in Florida. And then I had to bail because I was feeling so tired and so stressed, and I didn't want to, like, that would be our first time meeting in person, and I didn't want to bring along that baggage. So she messaged me when she saw episode 13. She's like, oh my gosh, you're here. Did I miss our date? And I was like, I missed our date. I'm sorry. And she's like, nope, totally fine. Because she had also had an exhausting day. But she sent me this box of washi tape. So I knew that I was getting some washi tape, but oh my goodness. That is so much washi tape. Do you want to look at it with me? Friends, this is so exciting. So part of what's exciting is some of these are tapes that I've had before and I used up all the way. Like this black sparkle, I've had that before. This green right here, I've had that before, used it all up. So that's really exciting. And some of them are things that like I've looked at in Joann or Michael's before and been like, oh, I really like that, but I didn't pull the trigger and buy it. And some of them are things that I wouldn't buy because like I'm not drawn to orange. I'm not a huge orange person, but I realized that that was like a huge gap in my washi tape collection. I was so excited. I was so excited. And a couple of them are so cool. Can you see the threads coming off the side? They're fabric tapes. I was so excited. Kalisha, this is amazing. I mean, I will, by the time you see this, I will have already messaged you to tell you that I love it. But like, these are so good. I'm so excited. I'm so excited for these. Also, my niece is so excited. She's like, I will be a willing recipient for any that you don't like. So I'll probably share some with her. But look at how beautiful they are. Not until they've been in my collection for a little while though, because I just love them all and I don't want to share yet, but eventually she could probably have some. I forgot I picked this book up on a whim. So this is the book I'm going to be reading. What? What? You can't have any cannoli. That's for me only. Hello, sunshines. Happy Friday. It is Good Friday. We do not have school today. And Patrick took my car in to get new tires, which is very exciting. I'd had the other ones for about 5 years and they were due in. We had to stop, you know, once or twice on the trip to put air in the tires, and it was time anyway. So I have new tires on my car, which is exciting, and I am taking myself to my favorite hangout, the library. I do have to pick up my nephew because he had school today. Did I say it was Good Friday? It's Good Friday, so we didn't have school, but he did, so I have to pick him up. So I'll only be here for a couple of hours, but I'm excited to like have personal space and do a thing on my own. I haven't done that in too long, far too long. It may have only been a couple weeks, but it feels like way too long. I finished both of these books, Nor by Nnedi Okorafor and Savvy Sheldon Feels Good as Hell by Taj McCoy. Both books so good, very different. Nor is sci-fi. There's kind of a love story in both of them, but unexpected-ish. Yeah, I'm not used to talking today, so I'm not going to give book reviews, but sci-fi, really enjoyable. A lot to think about environmentally in this book, and this was just a really great, like, bounce back. At the beginning of the book, Savvy gets dumped, and then she goes on like a self-love discovery, but also gets herself a new man in the bargain, which is fun and lovely. And I'm glad that I picked that book up on a whim, and I'm going to try to be good and only pick up like 2 or 3 other books at the library today. But I'll make a confession if it's more than that. I'm doing something I haven't done in so long. I'm in the parent pickup line. What? I missed this. Like, the chill, the quiet of sitting in my car. I miss this a lot. I bought myself lunch after the library, and so I just ate some lunch. I'm knitting on my sweater, which I have split for the sleeves. So yeah, It's really, really nice. And I've been listening to my audiobook. I only got 3 books at the library. Be so proud. I got If Beale Street Could Talk, and I got 2 books by the author who wrote The Empress of Salt and Fortune. I don't know how to pronounce their name, but I got 2 of those. So I'm okay with it. I'm okay with getting 3 books. Hello, sunshines. Happy Saturday. I'm at the yarn shop, and I am gonna come talk out this video with you. How are you doing? I am still pretty tired, but feeling better after yesterday's day off from work. The library was lovely. I did some knitting. Oh yes, I checked in with you after the library. I forgot. So let's look at what I've done this week. I finished the hat that I was making for Patrick's brother. So this is the Sockhead Hat by Mcclure. The yarn is Madeline Tosh Merino Light in the log cabin colorway, I want to say. So it's finished. I think it turned out really well. I'm glad it's done because it was dreadfully boring, but I think it's a good man hat. So finished. Yay! I also finished mending the last of my pile of Patrick's socks to be mended. Look at all of this random wear. Like, it's because he wears shoes that don't fit his feet. Anyway, so with this, I used up almost all of the Cabinet Christmas colorway of yarn. I just had maybe a couple yards of this red that I worked into Patrick's blanket. So yay, that's another skein of yarn worked in. And those are the things that I finished working on. I started the pattern section of this zipper sock, but only 1 stripe in, so not a lot of progress. Hoping to get through the leg by the end of next week. That's gonna be my goal. It's gonna be my goal. I think I'm gonna cast on something new. Let me talk about that in a second. Let me show you the other thing that I have been working on. I have been working on my sweater, and this progress marker right here is where I was last time I checked in with you, so Monday. I finished out that blue section, I went into the teal section, and then I attached the body color. So this purple is what the rest of the body is going to be. And I did both of my sleeves. They're very short. This is kind of a mess right now because I have extra needles on so that I could try this on to see if it would fit, and I took a picture, so I'll put that in right here, and it fits, which I'm excited about because I did sweater math because I'm using a DK weight yarn for a worsted weight pattern, and my gauge was not what was recommended for the pattern, so I did some sweater math, and I also split the sweater slightly differently than it calls for because I have bigger boobs than anything going on my back. So it doesn't make sense for me to split evenly for my front and my back. So I I shifted it so that I would split to have more stitches here and less stitches on the back per the pattern. And I tried it on and it is fitting really well, so I'm excited about that. But now I'm in the boring part where it's just going to be mostly stockinette all the way down. I am going to do some increases like I talked about to give it a little bit of A-line shaping so it's not super tight, but I am working the yarn using helical knitting because it is hand dyed. I have 2 balls of this purple. So I am alternating every other round, and hopefully that will keep it from having any giant flashes or pools of color. I'm hoping. So yeah, that is my crafting for the week. I haven't worked on scrappy blankets or anything. I've really been tired. So I'm hoping next week to get back into the swing of things even more. Tomorrow is Easter, so if you're celebrating, have fun. We're going to my mom's house, so I don't know what all that will entail, but I'm hoping it's mostly restful. And I also plan to finish Blackout today. I am really liking it. On Monday, I think, no, last week I said it was an anthology. It's not. It's a book where these 6 authors have each written about some characters, and each set of characters has their own chapter, at least one. Some of the characters come back for multiple chapters, so that's kind of fun. And yeah, I'm super close to finishing. I think I have like 30 pages left, so definitely finishing that tonight, and then I will have new books to talk with you about next week. All right, friends, I am going to close it down here. Any progress that I make tomorrow, I will show via pictures if I think about it, and I hope that you have a very restful and fantastic day, evening, weekend, whenever you're watching this. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I love talking with you, and I think I kept up pretty well the past couple weeks, although I was on vacation, so probably not great. This is gonna make noise. So yeah, I'm usually pretty good about it. And also, both of the winners for the Spring Yarny YouTube Pop already messaged me. I have to message them back. I will before this goes live, but so that was exciting, and I think that's everything I have. Do I look as tired as I feel? What do you think? Because I feel pretty tired. I'm trying to take it easy, not put too many must-dos on my plate right now. I do have a few, but I'm trying not to put too many on my plate. Anyway, now I'm rambling. I will talk to you in about a week. Bye, friends.